Hey YouTube, Mr. 0449 here. I'm doing part 4, I think, of my how to build a layout from start to scenery. So as you can probably see, it's in N scale. It's just quite a nice little layout. So in the first video, you saw me give you a sort of a brief overview of the layout which I'm going to be doing, which is here. If you click on this, that will take you to the correct. Well, that'll take you to the first video. Second video, I talked about how to get it from the picture onto the baseboard by using these these squares here. Third video was about the basic scenery you need to do. As you can see, I'm doing a river, so I've been putting this in. The other basic scenery, basically, is if you need to cut the baseboard or rise the baseboard. You do that scenery now. To do that bit of scenery there, I had to just, very loosely put down the track to see where it'd sit. I've now stuck it down a bit more permanently because I need to make sure everything sits correctly in the right places. I need to work out what underlay I need to get, and things like that. So, as you can see, I haven't done the last bits here because these are just straights. I got one there, 2, 3 and 4. Those are just straight bits of track. I've got one bit of flexi track left and a few little bits there which will finish off that nicely. I had to go out and buy myself some track pins. You had to get absolutely loads in a packet, so you could probably do a full sort of, probably a 6x4 foot layout with one of those. I also had to pick up some more fish plates because I've been using flexi track. It means cutting. I needed new ones, metal ones in there. So that's good. I also, from my other layout, had a few buffers and stuff left around, but these what I actually want to talk about was the point modes I've been using. Now, N gauge and O gauge and Z gauge and 009 gauge all use the same point motors, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. They all use these. I use the Pico PL10 and the PL10E. I use the PL10E for my 00 gauge layout because I need the extended arm. But for this one here, I don't. So what I'm going to be doing is actually going to be cutting out sections of the baseboard. I'm actually been drilling them out with sections of the baseboard so I can fit the point motors directly to the underside of the point. Now the camera probably won't zoom in. Well, yeah, it's very hard to see actually. But around here, if I can find something a bit smaller. Where's my knife gone? There's my knife. This bit here is obviously the main sort of arm that moves. Left and right, and just about at the end of the knife there's a little hole which is designed for the arm of the point motor to sit in. So the arm fits in the hole. Now there's also a slot cut there, there, there and there, which the arms on the point motor, you can see all 6 of them there, they sit into those little holes, which means you get a direct coupling between the point motor and the point. The same goes on a 00 gauge. The only difference is instead of only using 4 of the 6, you use all 6 on 00 gauge. So I'm going to be cutting out a space. So what I do is I place this approximately over the hole. I draw out approximately where it all needs to sit, like I have done on this one, and then I'm going to remove the track and just drill a hole using the drill, one in each corner, and then cut it out. So that's one thing to do. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be marking out where the track sits literally just by drawing a line. I'm then going to be able to fit my underlay on, which will be basically in the next video will be underlay and actually fitting the track down. But for this video here, yeah, you just need to basically get this sort of far. As you can see now, it's coming on quite nicely. Only thing is, this is a flexi track here. It's actually going to sit something like that, instead of there, about there somewhere. And you can now see, if I just remove that, you can now see the basic layout design coming together quite nicely. Two bridges, going to be a bridge built in there, which is something I need to do. I'm not actually too sure if I need to do that right now or if I can do it as part of the scenery, but I'll move on to that sort of thing in the next video. Come around to the dividing point, and then, as I said, a straight piece of track to sit on there. And you can now see, if I compare it to my design, I wonder if turning on a light might help. Sorry, it's quite dark in this room. But yeah, you can see that track there is now looking quite like that track there. So I think it's coming on quite nicely. But yes, so next job I need to do is just pick up a pen and draw around the outside of all the tracks so you can see it. I just had a thought, I might be able to see it a bit more clearly now. Oh yeah, you can just about see it now. You can now see the little hole which I was talking about earlier. That one there is where the point arm sits through, and then there's two little slots on either side of it. But anyway, yeah, you need to draw on the outside. Now, if you're using FlexiTrack like I can, when you need to cut it, is what you need to do is make sure the two ends are the same length, like that. I'll do it on this board here. Make sure they're both the same length. You then need to, sorry, get that out of the way, there you go. You then need to put the fish plates on this end, stick it on the piece of track, and make sure it stays tight against it. Now you can do that by soldering it, or putting a little nail through it, or something like that to hold it so it won't move. Then the next thing you need to do is bend the track if you need to, or lay it over the next piece of track so you can get the correct length. Mark it off. I usually use a pen to mark off, a pen I can wipe away to mark it off, which is quite useful. I then flip over the track. I then remove the black plastics, and it's quite important you keep it. For instance, yeah, this is what I need. This one here is one I cut off of this piece of FlexiTrack, and you can see that when I get back to it, and when I start putting, if I very carefully, I can't do it one-handed, but I'm able to push this back underneath the track, and it means that I will be able to add sleepers, and then you can see that now if the sleepers were underneath that, look a lot better than if there were no sleepers like that. So if you can, always try and keep these intact. Another thing I try and do is always cut it at a point where where it's naturally broken, like here. Quite hard to see. Camera won't focus. Anyway, you can actually see, even if it won't focus. Just there, you can see there's a break in the black. Yeah, if you try and cut it using those, you get a much neater finish. So anyway, yes, yeah, that is it for this video. There will be a link, so you can go back and watch the first one if you want to. Basically just building an N-gauge shelf layout. It's 1.10 meters that way, and 65 centimeters that way. It's 15 centimeters wide there, and 20 centimeters wide there. But the basic reason for that is actually the base wall itself is 15 centimeters, but 5 centimeters for a nice river or a canal or something like that. I'm going to be doing like well, it's going to be a sawmill here, and then this is sort of going to be like well, just sort of a diesel shunter, something like an 03 or an 04 or something like that, and then I will have wagons for logs and stuff, and they'll be all loaded on here and taking the sawmill and stuff. The sawmill also acts like a fiddler's yard, so there'll be a wall back scene along there, which will mean I can do sort of hide locals and stuff in the back. But anyway, yeah, so that there is basically it for this update. I'm now going to get a move on with drilling the holes, so I can fit, well, at least place the point motors in the correct place. Then I've got to work on wiring and things like that. But the very next thing I need to buy is a controller and a loco. At this moment in time, I haven't got either. I've got wagons and stuff, I just haven't got the loco. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Hopefully I'll get one sort of in the next week or so. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Please check out the channel to look at the rest of my videos. I'm also building a 00 gauge layout upstairs. I do regular updates on that as well, so please just check that out as well. As always, thanks for watching, and please comment, like, and subscribe.